Hi everybody, it's me, Pinky. I was here gonna do a little curling, and I decided I better make a video real quick because over on Facebook, my friend Angie had showed some pictures of her terrible sunburn and was asking for remedies, and I thought, oh, this is a video that I need to make because a lot of people do not know about my family sunburn remedy. A little bit of history. My dad was in the Navy, my father, and he was very fair-skinned with red hair. His hair turned white by the time he was 30. He just had that type of skin that sunburns very badly. And when he was in the Navy, he was in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Actually, I was born during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So he was, you know, out there on a ship near Cuba where he got very, very badly sunburned quite a few times. Oh, now the baby wants to be fed. Olivia! Anyway, it'll be alright. I'll feed it in a second. Okay, so anyway, he got terribly badly sunburned, and his commanding officer told him to use tea bags. Go to the mess hall and get some tea bags out of the tea and put that on his sunburn, and it would help it. And it did. And so that remedy has been used in my family ever since the 60s, okay? I have had many bad sunburns in my lifetime, and this never fails to bring relief, and it does... Whoops, got interrupted by a telephone call from my mother about Miss Billy's funeral. They went and picked out the lumber today to make the coffin, because we still make coffins where we live, and you dig your own hole, you bury your kinfolk, and you take care of the coffin most of the time. It is a homemade one. It's kind of neat, old pine coffin. Anyway, what I was saying was about the tea bags. The tea, so where was I? About my dad being in the Navy. Oh, okay. So anyway, I've had some really terrible sunburns in my time. It is better the sooner you get after it, but even the next day it will give you relief, because you know what the hurting is this, you know, the skin, the flesh underneath the top layers of skin is actually burning. And so the one thing that the tea bags do, especially if they're cold, is to take out a lot of that heat and to stop the burn from progressing. If you do it, like I said, quickly enough, it will keep you even from blistering. I don't know if you've ever had sunburn so bad that you blistered, but that hurts like the devil. And I know dark-complected folks don't have that problem usually, but white folks get burned till we blister, and it is extremely painful. And not only that, but getting burned that badly is extremely dangerous, because you know, you don't want to be getting skin cancer. And I know for a fact the places where I was burned as a kid, I now have problems with in those areas, mostly on my shoulders and stuff. But back to the tea. What it is the tannin in the tea stops the burning process and draws all the heat out of the skin. So anyway, what you do, and usually in the summertime we keep tea bags, tea in the refrigerator, and we always keep the tea bags in it to keep it clear. And the second best thing about it is that you have it ready if somebody ends up with a bad sunburn. So if you just need to make it for this reason only, then make it very strong with some, you know, warm water and tea bags. Let that set, and then pour it over ice and let it get very cold. The cold of the tea bags relieves a lot of the pain, and, you know, also pulls out a lot of the burn, I'm sure, is also the cold tea bags. And then you just keep a container in the refrigerator with your tea bags. They'll last a couple days if you know, are using them for a treatment at that point. But you want to make some fresh if you're really having to use it a lot. And you can use it every few minutes. I mean, in the beginning when it's really hurting bad, you can use the tea just as liberally as you like. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to have that cold tea just run down over your sunburned shoulders or sunburned face. and put it on your eyes, put it anywhere, and you can even just leave if you use those big family size tea bags, you can just leave it on the burnt areas like a compress, and it will help. But even just like I said, pouring the cold tea and swabbing it on with the wet tea bags wherever, wherever you have the bad burn. Okay, so that is my sunburn tip of the day. Is tea bags for a terrible sunburn. And please use sunscreen. Don't promote your skin cancers, but we all know that it happens and that we get ourselves caught out in a place where we haven't used the proper amount of sunscreen. So if you get sunburn, this is a wonderful remedy. I assure you, you'll get relief so quickly, it'll make your head spin. And you don't have to suffer with that terrible sunburn. All right, peace and be blessed, and I love you. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.